Hello, hello. Good evening on this Saturday evening. Welcome to Faith Shares Real Wisdom. It's a pop up. Didn't had things going on yesterday, so we're popping up today. I know that we may not have many to come on, but you can listen to the replay. I don't plan to stay on for an hour. I understand that this is Saturday, but I did feel it necessary to come on as a reminder of preparing so that you can have peace. In the midst of so much is going on, we are praying for everybody because every day we're hearing something different. But just trust and believe that God has us and he will keep us, but he also wants us to follow um, wisdom, have plans, make plans. Even for those that are working, start looking at new opportunities while you're working. Look at new opportunities because there is much more. We are here because there's more. We're more than a survivor. In 2025, we will thrive. We will thrive in 2025. So we're not taken down. We have more than hope. And I'm going to say, in my case and others, I have Christ. So we have the real hope in we shall not fail, but we shall thrive in 2025. I am coming today as a reminder. A lot has changed since I talked to you on last Friday. Um, and more confirmations and all those great things have been coming our way. And because you are part of Faith Shares Real Wisdom family, I want to just remind you. And if you're not and you're just looking on, I want to just remind you again because you show up faithfully uh, every time I am on. I do want to remind you about, I'm saying more now, stockpiling. You're hearing it more and more from every culture, every person. Hi, Debbie. I am so glad that you're on. Um, I felt some kind of way today because I forgot about the occasion today, but I'll talk about that tomorrow. But I'm really concerned about our elderly. So if your parents are elderly, you have uncles, aunts, whatsoever, um, people in your community, in your ministry, kind of help them to get the necessity things that they need to be in their homes. So when things are to arise, and they will, they'll be set. They don't have to worry about going out there trying to find things they need, like water. Water is life. So you really, we need to have water. Hi, Queen Denise. Love you. We need to have all these things already. I wish I could share all, but I can't. But I will say this. Um, there's I'm not of course I'm not the only one saying get ready. A lot of us that are in the faith, we wait on whether it be prophets and all these prophets, pastors, and leaders, or ones that are head of whatever organization or whatever community you're a part of. We look and wait for them. Well, I've been saying this for a few years now about getting ready, preparing, having those things that if no matter what happens, you're ready. From flashlights to lights. I'm hearing something now, and I will have to talk to my husband to see about getting it. But it is necessary. Like ways that you can cook, having those foods that will not spoil. Hey, Cecilia, how you doing? We need to have those things. I did have some information that came from a very, very important source. Um, reliable can get. That's all I can say about that. Reliable as reliable can get. To tell friends and family is much nearer than you think. It's much closer than you think. They're not telling us, well, in my case, this is how I feel about it. When I got the call, it wasn't to tell me to scare me. It was to tell me to make sure I'm prepared. Because I just want you to know when the people find out is when the people find out. We have been saying, build up your immune system. It is very important. We know where we live now, we don't have access to everything that's going on that has to do with our health. Facts. So we need to build and build. God bless you, Pastor Vera. We need to build up our immune system. We need to build up our kids' immune system. And while we're building, I say this all the time because kids are my heart. You need to have in the house where you are everything that you would need for your child, as far as if your child got a fever, a cold, allergies. In the South, the pollen is going through here like a blizzard. So things you need for your allergies, all of this, you need to have these things on hand. Because as we see over here, over here in the U.S., hey, you go to bed one way and you wake up the next day, 10 new things are happening. You be like, when did this happen? Literally overnight or before you went to sleep or before you woke up, people are just signing stuff. So things are going on. Excuse me. I am very concerned with making sure the elderly, whoever's the elderly in your family, check on them. Make sure they have it. Make sure someone gets it to them. I know some people, they're like, okay, well, Coach Faith or Pastor Faith, she's not run. I'm not running around. I'm speaking in English. I'm not running around speaking in tongues. I'm not flying around this room. I am telling you, flat-footed, sitting down, you needed to prepare. And I have been saying this for the longest. I know that some people can only take it from other people, and that's fine too. That's good. I don't care where you get it from, as long as you prepare, and especially if you have children. Please prepare. I like to talk to my when I say my younger people in their 30s and their 40s, even some in the 50s, head hard, and 60s. But I'm saying you have children, y'all need to prepare. You're doing everything. You need to be saving money. We know that most of us have been taught that you at least need to have 3 to 6 months saved up for your bills, major bills. So well, I'm not thinking about bills. You don't have to think about it, but you do want your lights if the lights are on. You want your lights. You want to make sure that you still have shelter. So some of the things that you have been doing, you need to sacrifice. It's a time of making sure you have what's needed. What is needed? What is needed to make sure that a shelter is over your family's head, your children, make sure that they have stability in this time. Make sure, I said about the kids, and I'm gonna say this again, have little things for them. Games, to be, in this point in time, plenty of educational games. Because you're going to be the biggest teacher in so many areas. So let's just start. Let's start on that, having those kind of things like that, having them coloring books or whatever that helps with their time. And I say to all of you that believe in prayer, you need to start praying more. You really need to start praying more. I'm not about, it's not about what ministry you go to and all this kind of stuff. It's about a relationship. I'm not doing religion. I'm talking about a relationship with the Most High. So having that together, you need to know. And if you have been connected, you know that there is something. I want to make sure I say it right. But let's say in the atmosphere, Pastor Vera, you can feel that there's a lot going on. And if you're in this place where you say, well, nothing is going to take place, I call you out tonight. Make sure you inbox and tell me who you are, because I'll be inboxing you back soon. Facts. I'm just saying, I'm going to go ahead and say that, because you have some people who are listening to the wrong people, and those people ain't going to let you in their house. All this jumping and turning and spinning and spitting and all that kind of stuff, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about being prepared, because guess what? Yes, this is true. God takes care of his own, and that's why he sends messengers. Uh, like me, I'm a messenger on this. So this is why we're saying it. Water is an essential. Water is life. You can last on water for a while. Now, say, well, how you? I know that that's true. Did I do it? I went no more than 14 days with water. That was my max right then, because I just stopped. But I'm gonna tell you, just water, and that was me drinking water. That's not me sipping on water. So, and I know I keep saying water, water, batteries. There's a whole list. I'm gonna have my. You might see it keep popping up. I'm not doing a lot of whatever the little messages on Facebook now, unless it's given, and that's when I'll put one up. But I keep sharing the same thing, and I'm going to keep sharing that list. That list. Yes, Queen Denise, cry loud and spare not. And my thing is that I want everybody, personally, because I care about people and I love people, I want everybody to be prepared. Everybody. Listen, they like to sing the song and say, "We are one." I'm telling you, you are my sisters, you are my brothers out there. There are children. I love people for real. So it's not a thing of just me and the people in my little corner. As long as they good, hey, that's all that count. No, that is not the spirit, the will, or the characteristic of God at all. If it's just about you and yours, no, it's about all. And when I say, listen, I've been saying it. I tagged two of they're my little cousins, because their mother is my first cousin, and I was supposed to go ahead and um, send a message to those girls. I have not seen them in a while, have not talked to them in a while, a couple of years, but the first thing I think about is family. And I'm like, call them, putting texts in with my nieces and my nephews and my kids, and reminding them. There's a young man, I text him, and I was so proud. I didn't get a chance to talk to him since, but he went right away. He took care of the request I had. He took care of. Hey, BFF, looking great, girl, looking great. He took care of it right away. I was rejoicing and I was happy. Is it in my house? No, but when I said it, it's not. I'm not that person that goes around, because I wasn't asking for anything for me. Nothing for me. This was something for it to be in their house, and I'm doing it now. Haven't talked to. I got to go in another group. That's family. Don't see family for years, or see them till something happens, or a reunion or whatever. I want them to know because the phone call was real. And I tell somebody, well, we got it from the highest. God's been telling us this for years. But when you get that phone call, when I got that phone call the other day, it made it even, as we would say, realer. Yeah, and I started calling. I'm checking up on my uncle, my uncles. I'm checking up because I want to make sure everybody is prepared. We're not running scared. We're doing things wisely. We're doing things with wisdom. I'm telling you now, I'm not running back and forth to nobody's store because y'all understand no matter what the circumstances, when there's chaos, people lose it. When it's fair, when people get scared and they run in fear, people get hurt. Things happen because they're scared. So I'm not going to nobody's store running and try. I'm not even gonna put my kids in that situation, saying grab this and do this. No, because the God that I serve, he always lets you know. He always. He in the Bible that I read, it even lets you know he won't let anything take you unaware. And I understand that some people are into themselves, and it's like if I don't say it, don't y'all take it. Okay, and you don't have to take it. But go back to them same people. Listen to me. This is real. This is not a fiction. What is happening behind the doors, behind the curtains, is not fiction. It's real. And what God is doing, he's allowing us to know, get ready. Because when they pull the curtains open, it's all action. I need you to understand this. It's action. There's no time to say, hey, Pastor Vera, go do this. Dr. Christine, go do this. Duchess, I need you to go do this. No, he was telling us the whole time they was writing out the plays. He was warning us the whole time that they were writing out the plays and we were not supposed to know anything. But because who he is and because he is God, he uses his service, he uses his people, and you are his service. Okay, we're not talking about titles here. He uses it. I made one phone call and they said, we was just talking about it last week and said, you know what? So-and-so, in this case, so-and-so was Faye, was saying this for a long time. And I was talking to another person that I just recently met, and I said, y'all need to go ahead and start. And they was, she was like, what do I need? I said, well, you know, because you're ex-military, but the different things, because when you care about people, it's not like you sit on it and say, hey, that's on them. I'm not going to share. Wherever I go, in the fish market the other day, I'm sharing, and the lady said, I've been telling my kids, but they're not listening. But I'm trying to look out for my grandkids. I said, girl, I know the feeling. But I'm like, no, do this. And she was like, and we talked a little more of what I can't say on here. But the thing was, listen, I want y'all to know they're about to pull the curtains. And it's going to be action. It's going to be action. And you don't want to be sitting there stuck like, I'm stuck. Some of us, in some places, some cities, you're noticing things are going down. Not as many things available that was available. I even say this: those women that still need certain things, you need to get those things now. Not okay. Somebody asked me, well, they might not run out. I said, and you're right. Some of the things they won't run out. They're just gonna double the price. That's all. So if it's anything, you just say you save money, or Pastor Vera could say, or Sister Nancy could say, well, listen, I already got my stuff and I put it up. when it was this price. I'm not. I don't have to pay the double. So Lord, I thank you. I was able to save money. We can ration this out. Don't get caught up in who the messenger is and don't get the message. I need. Oh, there go another one of my little cousins. Yes, little Barbara, I need you to stock up. I need you to get your stuff straight. All of them that be in their 30s, y'all big cousin need y'all to get it done because it's real. And you get it done while you praying. Look, I'm not gonna never stop praying. We now up some things even with our young people. Get it done because I'm telling you now, some of the same people that tell you don't worry will not be worrying about you neither. Because guess what? They're gonna be trying to take care of their family. And you're waiting and you had the opportunity. He will not let things take you unaware. If you know you still plan to brush your teeth, make sure you have the toothpaste. I think it was last week I might have shared that I did that. Well, I call it the $1.25 store, which goes to $7, or I don't even know if it go to 10. But anyway, they're about to go up soon. Soon. They already started. Okay. Well, you know what? Let me tell y'all something. People are saying, but God is good. I was telling y'all that. So they're going up to 175. That's a whole 50 cents more. But know that those who listen can say, you know what? Pastor Faith, Coach Faith, share that with us on Faith Shares with Wisdom. I told y'all that last week. So now you will be able to, Duchess, you'll be able to find it. Because I love me some Duchess. It's already, I just been told it's $1.70. It's going up to $1.75. But God, He let us know. So when I was in there, the lady thought I was getting stuff to make baskets. And anybody that goes to our ministry know. And I put it right in there. Okay, guys, anybody that goes to the store, you need to go ahead and do this because they're going to be going up. One, she couldn't tell me what it was. When I told her, I said, I know you're going up. And she said, you're right. She let me know you're right. I didn't do no research. When I hear it, I believe it. I might can't give you the day and time, but now when I tell y'all it's near, believe it. You ain't even gotta like me, but I'm gonna need you to believe me. That's how serious it is. I'm gonna need you to believe it. Mm-hmm. Yes, you're gonna be all right. Yes, anoint your windows and all this other kind of stuff. Do all of that, but you need to prepare. Okay. Yes, because this right here is not about love. This is about trying to get to as many people as possible. And like I said, my younger cousins, I need them to do it. I got a son who's gonna be 38. I'll be telling him, listen, and I be like, cause you got two of my grands at your house. And of course he laughed because I'm his mama. But I'm serious. We in two different towns. I'm not gonna be wasting gas when the price is high as I don't know what, trying to take those things that could have been already in place. That's just being real and wise. Do it. And I don't know which day they going, but it's gonna be $1.75, so it'll be soon. Because they were transitioning when I told y'all in the food park. And the lady said, I don't know how you know it. And I was like, because I know. But that's what I love. I love about the God that I serve and believe. He will let you know. And see, I know a lot of people, they're into, you might not have heard it because you was just too busy to hear it. Some of us miss things because we're not paying attention. Because that's not that it's not that important to a whole lot of people when things seem to still be going right like they wanted to. Wisdom. I'm telling you, I need you to use wisdom. I put a little. We have a WhatsApp group at our ministry, and I was telling them do inventory or whatever you have, do inventory, and then stock up. But I need you to really stock up on some more water. And it was some already starting to do inventory. It was like that was just a confirmation when you put in there, do inventory. Listen, and some things I don't have to say, God say it. From where he takes me in experience tells me, share. Everything is not got to come up. I got to be speaking in tongue and all this other kind of stuff. No, listen to wisdom. I know there are some younger people that don't want to listen. You feel it. I remember when I didn't want to listen, but I'm gonna tell you, this right here. You want to make sure you are prepared because you ain't never been through what we are all about to go through. Yes, God has us, and we coming out of victorious. He gonna protect us. In the name of Jesus, he's going to protect us. But what we about to see, and I pray that it be short, short. Pastor Vera, Queen Denise, Prophetess Pastor Williams, I pray it be a short span of time, but I can't say he didn't warn us. I can't say that. I am praying that it be short. I'm praying that it be quick. Because you know what? We need him. Let me tell you something. Mentally, spiritually, and physically, emotionally, we got to get it together across the board. We need him in every area. We know about finance and this and that, but I'm telling you, what good is finance if you break mentally? You know, y'all be about to lose it over small stuff. This ain't small. So we need to be seeking him and praying and we always say, my husband always tell us, mind your mind time. That's like what you're feeding your mind, what's on your mind. We know the scriptures, and I'm gonna say this because we know the scriptures. In the word, he says, I will keep you in perfect peace. We hear that whose mind is stayed on him. Let this mind be in you, which was in Christ Jesus. We can quote all the scriptures, but what happens on a daily? What happens when everything is going wrong in your life? Are you doing what it says then? Come, I need to talk to the real people because you know what? For some reason, isn't it funny how those scriptures seem to just fly out on all the way on the other side of the room and you can't see it right then because you're caught up in so much is going on and you just overwhelmed. So you say now, God keep me. Just things are happening in this world. Yes, we always say we can survive anything, but you ain't been through this. And I'm gonna calm myself down, but I keep saying I'm gonna calm down. But I just want y'all to know what we're going through and about to go through. We haven't been through this. We have not been through this. I'm good. I'm a strong woman. I'm a whole lot of things, but I ain't been through this. So ahead of time, I'm praying and I'm speaking things over my life, over my kids' life, over the people life in our ministry, over people in my family. I'm speaking it. While some having a ball, I'm praying for them ahead of time. Because you about to lose it because your steak ain't been cooked right at a restaurant. I need you to look at this thing and be serious about it. Don't get caught up in these people that's hyped and just hyped up. Oh, it is okay to be hyped, but the God that I serve, it comes to me often. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. And even when you're getting it, when someone's trying to give you knowledge, you fighting because they ain't doing it the way you want them to do it, or somebody told you, don't listen to them. You ain't got to listen. But I tell you, you're going to say, oh, wow. And I thank God, I really do, that I'm not that person that want prestige. I'm not that person who feel I got a scam. I'm not that person who's like only me and mine. No, I care about the people. And this is the thing. I can't get credit for what God said. He gets all the credit and all the glory. I just, as they said, I was just willing to obey. Because one thing I know, I ain't never been that crazy that I don't obey him. So it's not about who this is, because I need you to understand, he'll speak right to you. But a lot of times we're too busy. And then you have folks saying, oh, don't worry about it. This can't happen. You are watching. You are watching more laws get broken than you have ever seen. And you thought it was something. Now, I am on one agreement. I am in agreement with something. I don't have no problem staying home watching a lot of this because I'm not going out in them streets. I'm not marching because this ain't our march. I didn't march before. My great ancestors did. Now, see, what's happened is a twofold thing. You're watching people who never thought it could happen to them. The things that happen to us is now happening to them, and it don't feel right. But guess what? I'm not celebrating. I'm just like, uh, keep us, Lord. Thank you for keeping us, because it's going to turn in our favor. I'm quoting some scriptures, but I want to make sure I'm quoting the right ones. It's going to turn in our favor. So you have to have your mind right. So I need everybody to be in the right place at the right time, seeking Him. Because I'm going to tell you now, some things, it is this ain't no might happen. And we're still praying. Some things are going to happen. So prayer warriors, yes, we need to keep on praying. I know some folks, but I'm gonna help you. Like, okay, we all get together and pray to turn. He already told you how he would turn it. But instead, the people got wicked and wickeder. I made a word and wickeder. But he said, I would hear if my people. But everybody, hey, this ain't no showtime. So God is sovereign. He's awesome in all his ways. He has us. He's protecting us. He's always protect us. But I'm going to tell you, you have to listen, because when he comes through, whatever side you on, you still going to reap what you sow. So we all, because we all know better. I said this the other day. When you are disobeying God on purpose, it is what it is. You have a choice. He has always given us a choice. That's how great he is. Always giving us a choice. He's never made us do anything. Everything is by choice. It's easy for us to say, I ain't had no choice and this and that. But God has always given you a choice, the opportunity to choose. He's always given us the opportunity to choose. Always. It's easy to say I had no choice. No, you already know. So listen, like, share. You don't have to like, just tell somebody. They can go over it, tell them they ain't got the, because see, when I tell you I ain't about all of that, they tell them they can watch it without liking it or putting the thing in. I don't want her to know I watch it. That's good. I just want to make sure you have what you need where you need it at, in your house, in your home. I just want to make sure you're not sitting around doing wasting money, because we gonna need every dime we can get, all of us. Because what some people don't understand, stop looking at somebody else's money, because just because they have millions, let me tell you something, things happen today that will wipe millions out. That fast, literally. So, and you don't count on somebody else's anyway. This is why you get warned. This is why you get forewarned. This is why he gave us the opportunity. This is why we started a couple of years ago, not understanding. This is why even when God told me to get dry beans, I said, dry beans? And I'll never forget when he spoke that word, I was heading out to my garage, leaving out the kitchen, and he said, dry beans. I said, dry beans? You got to soak them? And, you just have to cook them longer if you don't soak them. But I was like, you got to soak them, you got to wash them, you got to do all this stuff. And he said, start stocking up on dry beans. And you got to know me, I'm very transparent. I told the church, I was like, y'all, God said to get dry beans. I said, dry beans. I'm like, okay. So let's just make me away. Now, please, Duchess, please listen. I love you, but I'm girl. How they say girl? But I told them, and I said, okay, start stocking up. And let me let y'all know this, because somebody else brought this up the other day. The date on your canned goods, because people have thrown away some good canned goods. Oh my. And if you came up with a grandmother and all of them, you wouldn't have thrown away them canned goods. You're going to know when canned goods is no longer good. You don't even have to open the can. The can is going to let you know, not by the date, because I want y'all to know they didn't always put a date on canned goods. That can will start swelling or buckling up. I'm giving y'all this how to say, this little nugget, because so many people have thrown away so much good food. That canned good will start buckling up. And let me tell you, it's so bad it literally, I don't know, well, they preserve it with a lot of sodium and everything else. It will actually start showing a little rust. And this is why the can is closed. You're going to know, even without opening it, if it's good or not. So a lot of us did not know, but I'm here to tell you, because you better know, when my grandmother and them used to can those vegetables and those peaches and pears and all of that good stuff, that was from some years. It was still good 3 years later, still popping jars, because you could look at it. Well, that you could see through the jar. My mother used to can and make her own jelly and put the wax on top. I ain't picked none of that up. None of it. She used to can her own fruits and canned vegetables. I didn't pick, you know how it was? I didn't think, y'all know, because how the new ages and all that stuff be going, I didn't feel that was necessary for me to learn. Now I wish I learned. Even though I could go on YouTube Studio, yeah. Because what? Everybody's talking about technology, this and that. And all this technology and all this stuff going on in the future, all this great things, guess what? Guess what? Now everybody going back to planting, thinking they ain't never had to plant nothing else. You ain't going to see me farming. You ain't going to see me doing this. And look, people turning their little patio into a little miniature makeshift farm, growing horizontal, getting buckets and putting holes in it. learning because why they got to eat. If you have, and I'm going to say that, hey, Carmen, stock up. She got beautiful twins. So she has to have all those things already in place in her house. So God forbid if someone get a fever, someone get a cold, have all those things. I am big on telling family and mothers, have these things because it is not cute if you're gonna need this stuff and the store don't have it. The drugstore is out. The drugstore is closed. And you be sitting there, I never thought I would see this day. No, if you ever was connected to Faith Shares Real Wisdom, you know the day was coming. I never thought it'd be short on the medicine. If you take it, some of these insurance companies right now are letting you get 90-day supply. I was like, where this text coming from? They are letting you get it now. It's by choice. Do you want 90-day supply or you just want your regular monthly? All insurances is not doing it. I need y'all to know it's not by happenstance. So it's like trying to prepare you. So please be prepared. Shatera, share the list again on tonight. That's my daughter. Put it up. I got to share it with my cousins. I know they'll see it after. If you are a family, non-family, you know me, you know I'm not sitting up here for attention. You know I'm not sitting up here and I'm not making up anything. This is real. This is real. If I wasn't sure, and I've been sure many a time, that God ever spoke a word, he spoke this and he spoke it. Oh, he started speaking before COVID. So the ones in the ministry, I'm not into trying to make people believe me because that part doesn't matter. All we can say is we're watching it begin to happen. But I'm telling you, that was this week. Yeah, after a call on Monday, I'm just sharing, trying to make sure all my little cousins get it, all my family get it, the ones that can't help them to get things in, our elderly, make sure that they have necessities, that they have non-perishable. I mean, like straight. The message that we have been given was the message that came. Bottom line, it's the same message that came. So I'm grateful that God thought enough of us. But, you say, well, she's been saying this so long, I'm tired of it. Well, it won't be long now. You be saying, some will be saying, I wish I listened. Some will be saying, oh, wow. No, I already know. My husband keeps telling, he reminds us, I should say, he reminds us at the ministry that God always sent warning and instructions and directions before calamity. He always prepared a way before calamity. Whether Joseph's storehouse, if Joseph wouldn't put it out, it wouldn't have been no storehouse. He wouldn't have been able to help his family and the people. Noah's Ark, had he not listened and built for something, to prepare for something that had never happened before. Remember, in fear, being in fear, Noah obeyed. I need somebody to hear that. He moved in fear, but he did what he was told. God has always given instructions, directions, and warning before calamity. ever came on the people. I need you to remember that, because don't get caught up with these people who say, oh, no, he's always, because he is a just God and he is a sovereign God. Not he was, he is. So he has been warning the people. And there are one that I know personally, I know it's more, that I can say definitely have um, are true prophets, and folks have sent me things and said, this is the same thing you have been saying for the longest. I say, well, I was just saying what God said. So I'm not taking credit, don't want the credit. I can't take something that don't belong to me. But know that. So when folks are saying, oh, God always, you have been warned. You have been warned. So, if it's those folks, yeah, this ain't no scared straight here. No, this is prepare. Prepare. I love you all. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of um this pop-up live. Thank you for coming on. Might pop up anytime during the week, especially if some things come like it did this week. I might come in ahead of time. Why? Because I love you and I don't mind sharing. It's not, excuse me for my phone going, being loud, whatever. I didn't have it cut off. But and continue to pray for our young people. Please, please, please pray for our young people everywhere, our sons and our daughters, but pray for our sons. Um, Pray for their safety. You don't have to have a son. You might have a grandson. You might not have any kids, but pray for those children. Pray for them, and don't stop praying for our government, because that is part of, well, that's one of the things we are supposed to do. So if you're praying and you say, I ain't praying for the government, well, then you're not in the word. You're not obeying the word, I should say, because you see it. So let's continue to pray for our government officials, because the heart of the king is in his hand. So let's continue to pray. I love you all. See, if I don't see you before, I will see you on next Friday at 7. Like and share. Go over to the YouTube and subscribe. You know that this will only stay up on Facebook for 30 days. I had someone to call me to tell me how to do it, and I told them I'll tell my kids to do it. Um, Even though I need to learn this stuff. And we'll come on and we'll go ahead, because we don't know when our internet services can be interrupted, or social media be interrupted, and all this other stuff. So let's, while we can, enjoy and make your request known. But know this is near. They said, what is near? Whatever it was that God's been trying to warn us about. We look, you ain't even got to just look on the wall anymore to see the right. You turn on your TV, pick up your phone, and like me, I don't like to watch a bunch of stuff. Then it's coming through messages on my iPhone. Stuff I didn't even ask for. Some I don't. Yeah, it's like that. So that's why I said we need to make sure we pray, so we can be emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically ready. Build up your immune systems, build up your kids' immune system. I love you all. Good night. Have a blessed weekend. Have a high time for all of us that will be at our ministries on tomorrow, because God is doing, He has already done. So let's continue to pray and let's build. Let's build, let's build, let's build, and let's love on top of love on top of love. Love you all and good night.